Oh my
God.
What is that thing, man? Oh no no! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
It looks like a finger, or maybe it's the tree.
In Brazil, a farmer digging on his land found a huge creature buried in the ground. It had tentacles and looked kind of like an octopus with big dark eyes that made it seem alien. It was so unusual that someone in the comments called it Cthulhu. But what could it really be? Something from a lost world? Or is there a simpler natural explanation? A woman captured a video showing a finger sticking out of a tree.
And guess what I found? It looks like a finger, or maybe it's the tree.
It looks like a finger or a toe. The woman noticed this strange growth on her tree after coming back from grocery shopping and shared it online, unsure of what it was. Some believe it's just an oddly shaped root, while others think it could be real. There are legends about ancient trees being once human, and some suggest a person might have been buried under the tree, but some say that's impossible, since a finger would have decomposed long before the tree got this big. In the woods, the recorder found something mysterious. He saw branches arranged like a shelter, but it didn't seem made by humans. Then strange sounds came from the woods, so he left quickly. Curiosity about the unknown pushed him to keep going despite the eerie sounds. When the strange noises returned, the camera focused on the source and revealed a mysterious creature hiding among the trees. Even the insects and trees seemed scared of the mysterious presence. Despite feeling afraid, the traveler kept going. After a few scares and seeing what made the strange sounds, he ran. Slow-motion footage shows a dark, cloaked figure among the trees, leaving more questions than answers. In a small town in South Africa, people saw a strange creature that looked like a mermaid with a blue fishtail. It was above the water, lifted its tail, then went back in and swam away. Some believe mermaids are real, while others think they're just a myth. Some said it could be a siren, which is similar. Many who saw the video think it's a real mermaid, but skeptics say it's probably a person in a costume and might be fake because of the way it moves in the water. Do you think it's real or fake? A strange skeleton was found on a beach, with the upper body of a human and the lower body of a fish. Its skull had horn-like shapes resembling a crown, and its jaw still held large yellow teeth. It looked unsettling, raising questions. Was it once a real ocean creature, a mythical being, or just a carefully made hoax meant to shock onlookers? For now, it remains speculation. A group of campers was shocked when one of them came across a creature that appeared almost alien.
It's like some weird alien.
The video captures a strange, insect-like creature with translucent skin that exposes its internal organs. Its most striking feature is a yellow bulge along its tail and upper body that seems to swell as it moves. The campers, feeling both uneasy and puzzled, commented on its almost alien appearance. While it's probably a flatworm known as a planarian, its unusual and eerie look sparks a lot of curiosity and speculation. This video shows a weird sea creature. It has a squid-like body with a single tentacle and keeps moving in a wavy, undulating way. It was found off Coney Island, a place with a history of strange deformities and sideshow displays. That makes people wonder if something in the water is causing mutations. Drop your ideas or theories in the comments. While hiking deep in the Canadian wilderness, a couple's quiet stroll was interrupted. The husband suddenly stopped, grabbed his camera, and aimed it at something crouched in the distance among the trees. The video shows a hairy, human-like figure hunched over and motionless. When the camera zoomed in, the image became blurry. Then, the creature suddenly stood up and ran off. It's unclear whether it was human. A video from California from September 2021. Take a look. A doorbell camera caught this one evening. The person kept hearing things but saw no one. After it happened a few times, he watched the clip longer and saw something that shocked and worried him. He shared it on a paranormal group online, and most people thought it might be a fairy. Even though fairies are usually considered not real, some believe it could be because the clip was on a paranormal site. The footage was captured by residents of Oregon in 2013. From deep in the woods came a chorus of wild, eerie laughter that echoed through the night, sending chills through anyone who heard it. No one knows what was making the sound, though some guessed it could be a hyena, but the volume and persistence of the laughter seemed unnatural, leaving many to believe it wasn't from any ordinary forest creature. A British tourist was crossing a frozen lake in Finland when he noticed an enormous handprint in the ice. It wasn't just larger than his hand, it was even bigger than his foot. Finnish folklore says giants once shaped the land, forming lakes and mountains, and these tales have been told for generations. Locals familiar with the legends couldn't help but notice the striking similarity. At first, this looks like it's from outer space, and it might seem like an alien or an AI. It's actually a tortoise beetle larva. These beetles are small, brightly colored, mostly in the Americas, with shells that look like a tortoise's. They eat plants like sweet potatoes and morning glories. The larvae carry their own poop and shed skins on their backs, making a shield that protects them from predators. They often have spiny bodies and molt several times before becoming adult beetles. It definitely looks strange and alien. A group of fishermen recently caught something unusual that has caught a lot of attention. Fishermen caught a rare lancefish, which is long and slender with a shiny silver body and long sail-like fins on its back. At first, they weren't sure what it was. Some guessed a barracuda sailfish hybrid, or a result of underwater nuclear testing. Research confirmed it's a deep-sea lancefish that lives up to 1,500 meters deep, has sharp teeth, a long dorsal fin, and preys on smaller fish and squid in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Hiking in the mountains often comes with stories of strange, possibly supernatural sightings, particularly along the Appalachian Trail. In one clip, a hiker caught sight of an odd creature hiding behind a tree. It had white feathers, a large beak, and wide, empty-looking eyes, though most of its body couldn't be seen. The video went viral and ignited arguments online, but nobody's been able to identify what it is. Could it be a new animal, something paranormal, or even an interdimensional visitor? While camping in the woods, someone woke up in the morning to find this. The recording captures a loud, grunt-like growl echoing through the trees. The person who recorded it thinks it could be connected to Bigfoot. The sound is deep and almost animal-like, seeming to come from something large moving through the forest. Some believe it might be Bigfoot trying to communicate, while others think it could be an unknown animal or even an elaborate hoax. There's no definite answer, but the sound certainly feels unusual and out of place. Two men were hiking at Indian Fort when they noticed a dark, furry creature in the distance. The creature, standing around 7 to 8 feet tall, was spotted moving through the tall grass while the hikers hid behind a tree to record it. Their shaky voices showed how frightened they were as they spoke.
Oh my
God.
What is that thing, man? I didn't know It's not coming up here, is it? No.
The creature appeared bear-sized but moved upright on two legs, unlike a gorilla. Many would quickly label it as Bigfoot. On closer inspection, it wasn't actually far from the hikers and didn't seem to notice them. Still, the mystery lingers. Was it genuine or just a staged hoax? A strange creature was filmed in the woods. At first, it looks like a Sasquatch, but closer inspection shows it resembles a dog, making many think it's the dog man. Some say it looks like a husky, while others suggest it could be a wolf. Do you think it's a real cryptid or fake? A group of friends chose to spend the night in a forest near Manaus. As they were setting up their hammocks to relax, eerie sounds started coming from deep within the trees, nearby, too close for comfort.
Pertinho, tá longe não, posso embora, pai? Posso embora aqui, o negócio tá feio aqui pra aqui, ó. A canoa lá embaixo, lá a canoa lá, ó. Tu é doido? Olha. Deus me livre, bora com o pai. Tá no baixão mesmo, ó. Bora, já tá rede aqui pra nós ir varar, ó. Ninguém vai dormir aqui não, é doido?
They stood frozen, trying to figure out the source of the noise, but the tension in the air kept building. Whatever it was, it didn't sound human or safe. Without stopping to investigate, they quickly packed up and left. Online, some suggested it might have been a howler monkey or a jaguar, while others thought it could be something far stranger, something that doesn't belong in daylight. Either way, leaving was definitely the smart move. In Turkey, a group of men set out on an evening exploration trip.
Hocam bu ne ya? Ana, oğlum. Hocam.
As they neared a cave, they noticed something between the rocks. To their shock, they spotted a bug-eyed, alien-like figure lurking in the shadows.
Hocam.
The alien turned its gaze toward the explorers, triggering an instant reaction from one of them. Gripped by both fear and awe, the group hurried out of the cave, leaving the strange encounter etched in their memories. In this clip, filmed on a rainy day in the woods, something at first appears to be a middle-aged man, until a closer look shows it's covered in fur. Standing around 7 feet tall, it strongly resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight is both thrilling and frightening, but the question remains, is this really Bigfoot or just someone in a costume? What do you think? A man in a field saw a long, large creature moving ahead of him. Its movement didn't resemble a snake's slither, but seemed more like a giant millipede, with a segmented body and many legs creating a distinct rolling or walking motion. It could be an unusual insect, a rare or undiscovered millipede species, or something else entirely. This footage may be one of the most debated Bigfoot videos ever. At the start, it appears to show a struggle between the person filming and a huge, ape-like figure. The explorer behind it claims he fought Bigfoot and even killed it, pointing to photos and what he says is the body as proof. Still, it's uncertain if this is genuine evidence or just a tale spun for attention. This video from Yellowstone Park shows a big black wolf coming onto the road. Its size shows it's a strong male. Adult wolves usually weigh 60 to 70 pounds, with the largest recorded at 143 pounds. Wolves are dangerous, so the person filming stayed in their car to stay safe, which is the right thing to do. Early one morning, a ranch owner in Texas spotted a humanoid figure near a forest lake. At first, he assumed it was a person, but when he called out, there was no response, and the figure stayed motionless. As he filmed, it looked humanoid with thick black fur, similar to Bigfoot. Still, the rancher noticed its posture and legs seemed more human, suggesting it might be someone in a costume. The footage remains unclear, leaving viewers to debate whether it was Bigfoot or just a hoax. An explorer came across a jar tucked away in the twisted roots of a huge tree. It immediately calls to mind old stories about monsters or spirits being sealed in jars to stop them from causing harm. Many cultures have myths about trapping supernatural beings in containers. A famous example is the genie in the bottle from Arabian folklore, sometimes granting wishes, other times stirring up trouble once released. This footage shows a dry, barren area with little vegetation. In the distance, a dark figure moves against the stark landscape. Some believe it could be Bigfoot, noting its human-like gait and speed, which seems faster than a human. However, Bigfoot is not usually seen in the open like this, so it's unclear whether it's a person in a suit or the real creature. A man shared a video of what he first thought were giant mosquitoes.
Look at these big-ass mosquitoes here!
But looking closer, the creatures had clear, glassy wings and tiny human-like bodies, more like fairies than bugs. It's an intriguing sight since those traits don't fit mosquitoes or any regular insect. So what could they be? A woman came home to find her dog sitting in front of a photo that showed her, her husband, and the dog. The dog was howling in distress, focused on the picture. This was especially heartbreaking because her husband had passed away a year earlier, and that day was his 42nd birthday. The dog seemed to remember its owner and was mourning him, almost like holding a memorial. This shows that animals, even though they can't communicate like humans or show emotions in ways we easily understand, have deep feelings and memories and can experience grief, demonstrating the strong bond between humans and animals. Deep in the wilderness of British Columbia, a man captured footage of a creature that seemed straight out of folklore. It emerged from behind the trees with a dark, fur-covered face. Many believe it was the legendary Sasquatch, often described as a massive, hairy, ape-like figure said to wander remote forests. But since its existence has never been proven, opinions are split. Some viewers are convinced it's Sasquatch, while others think it might just be an ape. While reviewing footage from his trail cam deep in the forest, a man noticed a dark figure moving among the trees. The uploader believes it might be Bigfoot, but a closer look makes it seem oddly human. The way it moves and carries itself feels almost too natural. Could it be someone in a costume, or perhaps a black hoodie and mask? The bigger question is, who was it, and why were they out there alone in the middle of the night? In a remote, misty location with a captivating landscape, a tall, white, well-built figure appears. This mysterious figure sparked speculation, with some suggesting it could be an albino Sasquatch or a cloaked Bigfoot. However, upon closer observation, it seems more likely to be a man in a costume trying to get attention or views. A trail cam caught a deer hopping around and shaking its body, almost like it was excited. Deer are usually tense and alert since they're often prey, but this one looked oddly playful. The way it bounced up and down was more like a puppy than a wild deer. Maybe it was just in a weird, happy mood, or possibly showing signs of an illness. A camper woke up one night to find a huge spider crawling on the outside of his tent. Other insects are also visible in the footage. This camp is happening in Australia, a place famous for its deadly creatures, including large spiders. One example is the huntsman spider, commonly found in Australian homes, which can have a leg span of up to 30 centimeters, making it one of the largest spiders in the world. The scene highlights how intense and unsettling camping in such areas can be. This footage was captured by a woman who heard strange noises while in the forest and decided to start recording. Hearing the sound coming from above, she pointed her camera toward the trees. That's when a rustle revealed a creature standing upright and facing her, covered in black fur and about 7 feet tall, too tall to be any normal ape. It matched the classic description of Bigfoot. Oddly enough, instead of running off like in most sightings, this one stayed put and even waved at her. A man in the Colorado mountains shared a strange experience online. He had been hearing eerie footsteps on his deck, but whenever he went to check, no one was there. Curious, he reviewed the footage from his doorbell camera, and what he saw left him shocked. The doorbell camera recorded a huge, 8-foot-tall creature walking on 2 legs outside the home. The homeowner thinks it might be Bigfoot, but says the footage could be AI generated and pointed out that the creature's arms are shorter than what is usually described for Bigfoot. The clip starts with a group of friends driving down a highway when they notice something chasing their car. Looking back, they spot a humanoid figure dressed almost like it's in a suit. Within moments, it's nearly on them, making them hit the gas. What's strange is that its pale skin and human-like face don't align with the inhuman speed it exhibits. Some think it could be a cryptid, possibly even the Rake, but whether anything like that could really move so fast is still unknown. While recording a panoramic shot near the Ventus Cerro Negro viewpoint, a man accidentally caught something unusual. In the background, a small, dark figure appears to be moving across the landscape. However, the distance and low resolution make it impossible to identify any clear details about what or who it might be. During the eclipse on October 4th, 2023, someone captured not only the usual view of the sun and moon, but also a bright sphere appearing behind the sun. This object is allegedly called Nibiru. According to the Nibiru conspiracy theory, this supposed planet, also called Planet X, is heading toward Earth and could cause disasters. However, scientists and astronomers have found no evidence of such a planet or any threat of collision, and the theory is widely dismissed. Still, some speculate that the government might be hiding information about it from the public. Someone filmed a strange figure in the clouds. It could be a real giant or just an optical illusion. Clouds, lighting, and camera angle can easily trick the eye, and the brain often turns random patterns into familiar shapes, pareidolia. That might explain the footage, although it's impossible to be certain it isn't something more unusual. A Reddit user shared that he and his dad were near their house when they spotted something strange in the sky.
Wow. Can you explain it again since I'm filming?
This lightning's been going on for like a half an hour, just like it is, just one after another, after another, after another. I don't hear any thunder or anything. It's just a lot of lightning going on.
Do you guys happen to know what this could be? 'Cause we sure as heck don't. Is Darth Sidious mad or something? We need answers, and preferably before our house gets struck with lightning. What is going on, though, guys? You have any idea? 'Cause we sure don't.
Lightning was flashing constantly across the clouds, but there was no thunder at all. They got scared, thinking something serious might be happening. Still, even without the sound, it was likely just a regular thunderstorm, right? Back in 2009, a group of friends were exploring the Tatra Mountains in Poland, filming their trip when they spotted something unusual in the snow, a large man-like figure or creature in the distance. Surprised, they zoomed in to try and figure out who or what it was, and how it had managed to reach such a remote part of the mountains. When the footage was later shared online, it caused a stir in the paranormal community. The hikers had unknowingly captured what many believed to be a Bigfoot. It seemed unlikely that a person could be wandering such a harsh, icy landscape without proper winter gear. Viewers concluded that what looked like black clothing was actually thick fur, and the creature's calm movements suggested it lived there. While Poland isn't usually linked with Bigfoot encounters, some wondered, could this have been the country's first sighting? While on a nighttime walk in the forest, a man heard odd noises and thought it was a small animal. Holding his flashlight, he started recording and ended up capturing something much more unsettling. Humanoid figure suddenly appeared, making eye contact before he ran off in fear. Although the details are unclear, he believed it might have been the Mothman, though the exact reason remains a mystery. One night, a man was abruptly awakened by a loud, unsettling noise coming from the woods behind his home. Concerned and curious, he grabbed a flashlight and took his Rottweiler along for protection.
She's on it. Girl, get it! This coyote is done now.
As he got closer to the source of the noise, the dog suddenly ran ahead, clearly sensing something. At first, the man thought it might be a coyote, common in the area. But as the sound grew louder and more persistent, he realized whatever was out there was much larger and more threatening than a coyote. Worried that even his powerful Rottweiler might not be able to handle it, he called the dog back and retreated to the house. Some people believe the man may have encountered a dog man that night. The clip, shot in the woods, shows an ape-like figure moving casually through the trees. Unlike other Bigfoot footage, this one feels off. The fur looks more like a coat or suit, and the creature walks with human proportions. Could it really be Bigfoot, or just someone in a costume? Is this evidence of the legendary creature, or another staged hoax? A family vacationing in the mountains encountered something unsettling.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, that's not a person, bro. Look.
That's a hiker.
No, it's not, bro. That's not a person.
That's way bro.
Bro, that's not.
What are you talking about? What?
Oh, it just disappeared. What?
Just go, bro.
While taking in the scenery, they noticed a figure among the trees. Initially thinking it was a hiker, they realized it was far too large. Before they could make sense of it, the figure disappeared completely. Shocked, they struggled to process what they had seen. It was definitely not human, but what exactly had they just witnessed? The homeowner had been feeling like someone was watching him for days. One night, he spotted a pair of glowing eyes in the darkness. They might belong to nocturnal animals like coyotes, but the sight felt unsettling. Some people suspect something supernatural, maybe a mythical beast, a dog man, or the rake hiding in the shadows. Jennifer and her friend were at a party on the edge of a small town in Mexico. After midnight, curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to check out a local legend, the tale of a ghostly woman in white who supposedly roams the roads at night crying. As the party started to wind down, nearby dogs began barking loudly and acting restless.
Plebes, acabó la función, andan los perros ladre y ladre acá afuera porque dicen que después de las 12 se aparece una señora que no sé qué, de blanco, que fue cadenas, pero nosotros ahorita vimos a los perros y empezamos a oír ruidos y aquí andamos grabando. Ay, no, ese es un perro. No, yo no me quiero ir más lejos, me da miedo.
While laughing about the story, Jennifer suddenly noticed the dogs getting more restless, their eyes fixed on the darkness. That's when they saw it.
Mira, 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 mira. No mames. No.
Suddenly, a pale figure in white appeared, and in the distance, soft crying could be heard. Could it really have been her? While looking for a camping spot on Google Maps, a woman noticed something odd. As she explored the area, her attention was caught by a huge tree and something unusual nearby. The figure seemed almost otherworldly, and nobody could clearly say what it was. One thing was certain: the image left people questioning whether she had accidentally stumbled upon evidence of something mysterious. Reddit user Lego Lizard 5139 shared a creepy video filmed outside their woodland home. After hearing odd, unfamiliar noises, they investigated while recording. Initially, nothing unusual appeared, but then a pair of glowing eyes flashed in the dark before vanishing. Could it have been just an animal, or was something more sinister lurking in the shadows? This unusual creature is fascinating to look at, but what could it be? Can you name the species and share an interesting fact about it? Post your best guess in the comments. Footage has emerged online showing a strange creature that looks dragon-like, with spikes on its tail and long, antenna-like structures on its head. At first, it might appear to be an eel, but its unusual features have sparked speculation about whether it could be real, a hoax, or just an unusual animal. On a beach in Venezuela, a peculiar phenomenon was observed, attracting attention due to its unusual nature. On a beach in Venezuela, the sand began shifting and rumbling, drawing attention from people nearby. As the ground opened, a strange, massive object emerged from beneath the sand, though its shape was hard to make out. Speculations about the object vary. Some think it's a natural event like a landslide or earthquake. Others suggest it could be an underground creature, and a few even propose it might be an alien ship. With no official explanation, the incident remains a mystery. While going through his photos, a Reddit user discovered something deeply unsettling, what looked like a creepy, possibly severed foot in their old yard. Online speculation has ranged from it being a leprechaun or a crackhead to even a statue, but its true origin remains a mystery. While hiking and enjoying a calm day in nature, a man spotted something strange. A tall, hairy figure standing by a tree deep in the woods. Some think it might be real, possibly the clearest Bigfoot sighting so far, while others suspect it's a hoax. The figure actually looks shorter than typical Bigfoot descriptions, so it could just be someone wearing a ghillie suit. In a small Russian village, a man shared fascinating footage that has sparked both wonder and curiosity. The video shows a group of glowing orbs pulsating and moving in the sky in a nearly synchronized way. The scene is visually striking but mysterious, leaving viewers wondering about its origin. Some speculate it could be alien activity, while others suggest natural explanations like atmospheric anomalies, ball lightning, or unusual light reflections. The footage remains puzzling, inviting curiosity about what these orbs might really be. In a remote patch of forest, a strange structure was discovered. Large enough to fit 1 or 2 people, but not built to withstand weather. Made from twigs and tied materials, it clearly showed signs of being crafted by someone, not an animal. The area was deserted, leaving the mystery of who created it. Was it meant as a shelter, a shrine, or perhaps part of a ritual site? To make things even stranger, the finder noticed a man hiding nearby. As soon as he was spotted, the man bolted, leaving the shaken filmer too unsettled to follow. While hiking in Australia, a family returned to their car, and one of them nearly grabbed the door handle until they saw a large, furry huntsman spider resting there. Fortunately, they noticed it just in time. Although huntsman bites aren't typically dangerous, they can still cause significant pain and swelling. The lesson: in Australia, always be cautious with door handles. The video shows a man riding a quad bike on an off-road trail when a wire set at neck height suddenly hits him. His helmet absorbed the impact, preventing serious injury. Given his speed, hitting the wire without a helmet or on a regular bike could have been deadly. Who put the wire there, and was it meant as an attack or a trap? After this, he probably wouldn't risk that trail, or any nearby, again. The footage shows a person wearing blue boots, carefully moving through a cluttered, mysterious environment. Despite the eerie atmosphere, they continue with determination and purpose, seemingly undisturbed by the surroundings. Peculiar sounds can be heard in the background, breaking the stillness of the night and adding to the mysterious vibe of the scene. The explorer begins confidently, but soon fear sets in, replaced by a strong instinct for self-preservation. Amid the uncertainty, whispers or prayers can be heard, reflecting vulnerability in the face of the unknown. The source of the strange noises remains a mystery. While wandering through the woods, someone spotted a huge snake coiled up in a tree, giving off serious, legendary serpent vibes. It resembled giant pythons or anacondas, which are known for their size and climbing skills, and usually live in tropical or subtropical forests. A snake this large is rare and could be dangerous, potentially big enough to swallow a person. So when exploring, keep your eyes open. You might witness something incredible or avoid a serious threat. While exploring Nevada on Google Maps, a user spotted something strange etched into the desert. Zooming in, they noticed an isolated house nearby, and close to it, a lone figure in a white robe riding a bicycle. But the odd sights didn't end there. Further out, a group of people in identical white robes stood in a perfect circle around the spiral, frozen in a strange, synchronized pose. Was it a cult, a ritual, or just some kind of art project? The footage shows a tiny, mysterious creature with a small head and beady eyes, giving it an almost otherworldly, pixie-like appearance. Its presence raises many questions. What exactly is it? Why was it hiding in the tree? Are there more like it? And does it have any special abilities? While answers remain unknown, the sighting sparks curiosity and speculation about the creature. During a dark winter night, footage captures mysterious footprints with unusual chicken-like markings, suggesting an unknown presence. Following the trail leads to an area with bags of supplies and damp air, where a strange, otherworldly creature appears. The being has a dark, shadowy body, glowing eyes, and a head shaped like a child's doodle, giving it an alien-like, almost Star Wars appearance. Its presence raises questions about its purpose on Earth, blurring the line between reality and imagination and reminding viewers of the universe's mysterious and unexplained phenomena. During a hunting trip in Hanabia, Oklahoma, a man noticed a mysterious figure moving among the trees. The figure looked tall and dark, somewhat like a chimpanzee, but chimpanzees don't live in Oklahoma. Its size and posture hinted at something else, possibly a Sasquatch. Its movements and shape didn't match any known animal, sparking speculation that it might be something unexplained. However, the figure was never fully visible, leaving its true nature a mystery. One night, while walking near their home, a Reddit user was stopped by a strong, unpleasant odor. Feeling uneasy but curious, they tracked the smell off the trail and discovered something deeply unsettling in a small clearing. In the middle of a roughly drawn pentagram lay a dead chicken. Around it, odd objects were arranged deliberately, hinting at some kind of ritual or offering. The area looked recently disturbed, as if whoever had been there had just left. Whatever was going on in those woods remains unexplained. The footage shows two deer grazing, though one appears nervous, constantly scanning its surroundings as if sensing a predator or something stranger. A translucent figure passes across the frame. Could it be a paranormal presence? Did the deer sense something beyond human perception? Or is the video just cleverly edited? The questions linger, but answers remain unclear. Home security camera footage captured a mysterious winged creature flying across the frame. Its wings looked like a butterfly's, but the silhouette revealed a human-like figure with wings. The creature appeared to glow, giving it an ethereal, otherworldly presence. This combination of glowing form and humanoid shape raises questions about whether it was a trick of light, a rare natural phenomenon, or something from folklore. The uploader of this footage was confused by what he saw and thought it might be related to UFO activity, prompting him to record it.
I don't know. What is it?
Once online, some viewers believed it could be evidence of UFO, while others suggested more mundane explanations like a flock of birds or a jet stream. The true nature of the sighting remains uncertain, sparking debate and curiosity. Footage shows a creature identified as Bigfoot, a paranormal being with both ape-like and human-like features, said to inhabit mountains and forests. In this clip, the dark-furred figure, standing over 7 feet tall, walks across an open field with its head lowered. While some Bigfoot sightings are staged using costumes or CGI, this particular footage appears to show a person in a costume. Footage shows a misty forest with a mix of full-grown and partially chopped trees. Between the trees, the uploader claims to see a strange creature, somewhat ape-like but too small to be a Sasquatch. Upon closer inspection, the figure appears as a dark shadow, and its exact nature remains unclear. Scientists are attempting to revive the woolly mammoth, the giant furry elephant that went extinct long ago. Once considered a fairy tale, this could become reality within about 4 years, raising questions about how people might respond, whether with excitement or concern. In typical footage of a biker exploring the woods, 2 strange things happen. At first, the ride seems normal. The biker looks like he's enjoying himself and everything appears ordinary, until he points out a broken log.
That log, man. You see how that log's broken in half? Broke it in half.
At that moment, something clearly went wrong, though the biker remained unharmed. On closer inspection, a strange, alien-like figure appears in the background, completely unexpected in the wilderness. Earlier in the video, a snapping sound from a log adds to the unsettling atmosphere, almost in sync with the creature's appearance. Could this be a genuine extraterrestrial encounter, or did an alien craft quietly land in the woods before the biker stumbled upon it? With so many mysteries and no clear answers, it's hard to say. The clip shows an airplane seemingly frozen in midair, not moving as planes normally should. This unusual sight has led some to wonder if it's a glitch in reality, like a Matrix simulation, or simply an optical illusion. Viewers are left to speculate on what's really happening. While exploring a forest, a man climbed a tree and came across something surprising. Below him, a creature with glowing green eyes and a black, fur-covered body that looked nearly human appeared.
Dude, it's crazy in there. Whoa. Whoa.
A mysterious figure stayed hidden among the tree branches, occasionally peeking at the man. To make things even stranger, another creature with a green face and large eyes appeared. While some think one could be Bigfoot, the other's identity is still a mystery. The man's day in the woods turned unexpectedly intriguing, leaving plenty of questions unanswered. On the night of April 4th, 2012, a surveillance camera in Idaho captured a strange object flying over a backyard. The craft appeared to have 6 vertical lights, which were clearly visible despite the dark, low-quality footage. The rest of the craft is hard to discern, leaving its shape and size a mystery. The owner believes it could be a UFO, though it might also be a regular aircraft. The unusual light pattern, however, makes its true nature uncertain. This clip shows a group gathered around a pool, focused on a swimming competition, unaware of a mysterious onlooker. The camera clearly captures a small figure with a chameleon-like head and tiny human-like legs, sitting cross-legged and staring intently at the pool. No one else seems to notice it. Online viewers have speculated wildly. Some say it's just a towel that looks like a creature, while others wonder if it could be an alien observing potential test subjects. What do you think? In the woods, there's a peculiar sight, a tree that seems to be growing horns. While it might look supernatural at first, the explanation is rooted in human history and ritual. Long ago, locals inserted slaughtered ram heads into tree trunks during ceremonies. Over time, the heads became part of the tree, giving it this strange and eerie appearance. While camping, someone captured footage of a strange creature moving in the woods. At first glance, it might look like an ape, but its movements appear unusually human-like. After a few hours, the camper saw the creature clearly, and it quickly fled, though they managed to record it. Many viewers believe the footage shows a Bigfoot, possibly a juvenile, but its true identity remains uncertain. This creature looks part bear, part ape, or maybe something else entirely. At first glance, it resembles a bear, but its body proportions are more ape-like. It walks upright on two legs with a human-like gait. Could it be Bigfoot? Unlikely, since Bigfoots typically have ape or human-like faces, not bear-like ones. Could it be the legendary Dogman or Wolfman? A Dogman seems plausible, while a Wolfman raises more questions because of its canine features. Or is this an entirely new cryptid? Its true identity remains a mystery. Thoughts welcome in the comments. 8 years ago, Trisha Frey went to a cemetery with her 13-year-old daughter and her daughter's friend. Around midnight, the girls wanted to explore, so Trisha took a few casual photos while they wandered among the graves. Later, she noticed something unusual in one picture, a figure near the headstones, showing its head and hands and wearing what appeared to be blue jeans. The strange thing, only Trisha and the two girls were there. A curious deer, nicknamed Bambi, appears on a trail cam in the woods and encounters the camera. Intrigued by the shiny device, it triggers the motion sensor, capturing what looks like a charming deer selfie, leaving viewers to wonder if it was curiosity, confusion, or excitement that prompted the moment. Facebook user Susie Woozy was out walking her dogs by the river and took a photo of the calm scenery. No one else was around, and the river looked empty at the time. Later, she noticed something strange in the background, a ghostly figure that looked like a woman holding a child. Paranormal experts who have looked at the photo say it's genuine. Let's take a closer look at the bull elk. A striking presence in the wild. This large animal, with its impressive antlers, has a unique way of attracting females. The behavior, called wallowing, involves the elk pushing his antlers into soft soil and covering himself in mud and sometimes urine, not just as a habit, but to impress potential mates. While humans use clothes and perfume, the elk creates its own earthy scent and shows it off with confidence. What might seem messy to people is actually a display of charm and strength in the elk world. A Reddit user shared an intriguing photo from South Korea. His friend, a former US Army soldier, had married a Korean woman while stationed there in 2002. About 10 years later, they visited the Camp Casey area and took some pictures. In one of the shots, a strange figure appeared in the upper left corner, looking like a soldier. According to his wife, no one was there when the photo was taken, and they couldn't explain it. Could it have been the ghost of a fallen soldier still roaming the hillside? While exploring a cemetery late at night, this person heard strange noises and witnessed something unsettling, a figure digging up a grave. The figure seemed to have unusually long limbs, scratching at the dirt. It could be a trick of the light, but even if it's just a person, why would they be there in the middle of the night? The footage shows two bucks frolicking in the wilderness, possibly playing or having a scuffle. It's hard to tell, but the trail cam captured this entertaining moment before they scampered off into the woods, offering a humorous glimpse into the playful and unpredictable side of the animal kingdom. While hiking alone early one morning on Thomas Mountain in California, a man felt an unsettling silence that made him uneasy. Before returning to camp, he took a few photos of the area and later noticed something odd in one of them, a strange head peeking out from behind a branch. The figure didn't show up in the other shots, and he plans to revisit the spot to investigate. What could he have captured that day? A trail camera captured a bipedal, wolf-like creature in the woods. It has a snout and a hairy upper body, while its lower body appears more human. Some believe it could be a werewolf or dogman, based on folklore and its unusual features. Others suggest it might simply be a person in a costume playing a prank in the forest. After returning from a walk, a Reddit user saw something eerie on the edge of his roof, a dark figure with glowing eyes staring at him. While some thought it might be a chimney, the uploader clarified it wasn't. The glowing eyes make the sight even more unsettling, leading to speculation that it could be a paranormal entity, a cryptid, or simply a trick of the light. A woman heading upstairs noticed something unsettling on a window about 20 feet high. small, human-like footprints and fingerprints on the outside of the glass. The height makes it nearly impossible for a child or adult to have left them without a ladder, evoking eerie, horror movie-like imagery. This raises questions about whether it's a paranormal event, a prank, or something even stranger. In 2022, a Facebook user in Texas went live after hearing strange, loud screeches and screams near his home. The sounds seemed to come from the sky, not the ground, and kept moving, staying just out of reach. Then he spotted something.
Sound, screaming. It's like a scream. It's so freaking loud, and it's coming from up in the air, like up there. It's been going on now. What is that? I swear I saw like this thing when the lightning was flashing a second ago. What? Dude, that's coming from like up in the sky outside of my apartment.
The lights fueled all kinds of theories, from UFO to potential alien encounters. It wasn't just their appearance, it was how suddenly they seemed to materialize out of nowhere. Viewers were left questioning whether this was the start of something bigger or just another unexplained mystery. A capture shows a tall, furry creature with strong arms, hunched over and walking on its hands with visible fingers. Its serious expression suggests it may have noticed the trail camera, implying some level of intelligence. While some dismiss Bigfoot as a myth, numerous reports from around the world describe similar encounters. The footage raises questions. Is this genuine Bigfoot evidence, or an AI creation? A man living in the South Jersey woods was awakened at 1 a.m. by strange, unsettling noises. He described the noise as sounding like a demonic dinosaur and said he's never heard anything like it in his 30 years living there. None of the usual animals, deer, foxes, owls, raccoons, opossums, or geese, made that sound. Maybe it was a scared animal, some unknown predator, a ghost, or even a troubled person. He hasn't heard it since and still has no idea what it was. A property owner flying a drone over his newly purchased land discovered an abandoned house in the middle of the woods. Far from civilization, no one knows who it belongs to, and it's falling apart, raising the question, who lived here and what happened that left it abandoned? A lone hiker, enjoying the calm of nature, suddenly felt a chill as he wandered through the woods. Turning around, he saw a strange woman standing by a tree, frozen in place. Her lifeless gaze and rivulets of crimson-like liquid down her face created a nightmarish, otherworldly scene. Was she an illusion, a spirit trapped between realms, the result of an ancient curse, or just a hoax? The forest offered no answers, leaving the moment deeply unsettling. Trail cam footage captured a creature with dark, goat-like features staring directly at the camera. At first glance, it might seem like a common goat, but its eerie gaze evokes a sense of foreboding, reminiscent of the skinwalker phenomenon. After research, it was identified as a real animal species called the saola, discovered in Vietnam in the 1990s. A user named Moonface took a photo outside a friend's house, showing a ghostly figure sitting on a fence, staring off into the distance. Nobody noticed it at the time, but after a night of drinks, they realized the shadow was there. Some think it could be the spirit of someone who died there, while skeptics argue it's just an optical illusion from nearby objects like a parking meter and a utility pole. Could it all be just a coincidence? This footage was captured using a Ring doorbell. In this footage, it's clearly nighttime with heavy rain. Up in the sky, a strange ball of light hovers, blinking in a pattern. It's not a star, street light, or any usual celestial body, just a mysterious guiding light in the dark. Could it be a distant space object sending a message, or a rare weather effect creating an optical illusion? The viewer is left wondering. In 2022, a team of paranormal investigators went deep into the woods, where they came across something genuinely disturbing.
Looks like a satanic cult spot, honestly. Why is this made? Like, who? It's just like...
They came across what seemed to be an active ritual site. At the center of a small clearing lay a burnt-out fire ring, encircled by carefully placed sticks.
No.
The most unusual part, however, was a doll, completely intact, rested in the middle of the fire ring. Its positioning seemed intentional, as if the person behind the ritual had just left. Some believe it was linked to voodoo, maybe a summoning, a protective charm, or a curse. Whatever the case, it wasn't meant to be found. This trail cam footage, taken in near darkness, shows a dense forest with something unusual at its center. At first glance, it looks like part of the foliage, but closer inspection reveals a creature covered in greenish scales with a rough, spike texture. One of its legs hangs in a way that resembles a lizard. Could this be a mutated animal, or is it a completely unknown cryptid? Share your interpretations in the comments. Here's a curious scene, a woodpecker tapping on a window pane. The purpose isn't clear, but the knocks follow a noticeable rhythm, almost like musical notes, quarter, eighth, and 16th. Beyond the humor, it's amazing how strong and precise a woodpecker's beak is to pull this off. A truly impressive sight. The video shows a cloud moving away from the others, almost like it's being pulled by some mysterious force. It looks strange, but experts say it's just a natural thing called crown flash, an effect during thunderstorms where lightning creates short, crown-shaped bursts of light. One night, a biker was riding through the Appalachian woods when he heard an unusual sound. The sound grew louder and closer, giving him chills. Too scared to stop, he kept pedaling, convinced something was watching him. Some locals think it might have been a bobcat or lynx, but others suspect something far more sinister. He definitely learned his lesson. Never wander the Appalachian woods at night. The footage captures a tree with water seemingly flowing from its trunk. The unusual sight sparks curiosity about its cause. Some believe a hose may have been cleverly hidden to create the illusion of a water tree, suggesting a human-made prank or installation. Others propose that the tree could be positioned over a natural underground spring, with its roots drawing water up and out through the trunk. On a warm August evening at 8:25 p.m., a trail camera in the remote woods of Washington state was triggered. Instead of capturing deer or other small animals, it caught a pale figure in a white gown holding a strange doll. Some speculated it could be a lost dementia patient, but with no missing person reports or roads nearby, that seems doubtful. What do you think about this creepy sighting? During a sunset, someone caught what looked like tiny insects in the light. The poster thinks they're sadas, but a commenter guessed wasps. Some people in the paranormal community noticed wasps acting weird during an eclipse. Since wasps are more active in daylight, the sudden dim light could confuse them and change their behavior. The insects in the clip are probably wasps, but you can decide for yourself. While hiking in nature, this woman came across something completely unexplainable. A triangular-shaped craft hovered silently in the sky. No engine noise, no movement like any known aircraft. Was this a real UFO sighting, or is there a more logical explanation for what she saw that day? A Reddit user posted a creepy image sent by a friend who had been trying to photograph a forest fire, but accidentally captured something unusual. At night, long exposure and motion blur can make ordinary figures look strange or even otherworldly. The friend suggested it might have been someone running by, though they insist no one else was around. Some think it could be a ghost or unknown entity drawn to the fire, while others believe it's just a camera trick. Whether the post is real or not is still unclear. In this trail cam footage, the legs and underbelly, thorax of a spider are visible. The spider is not a giant, just a normal-sized spider moving across the camera. Trail cam setups often become insect hotspots, which naturally attract spiders looking for food, explaining their frequent presence around these areas. A photo taken in the remote woods of Alberta, Canada, seems to show a large, dark-furred creature that the photographer thinks might be Bigfoot. The distance makes it hard to see details, and while some say it could be a bear, gorilla, or even a big rock, those animals aren't common in the area, so Bigfoot is still considered a possibility. The image shows a figure with red skin and horn-like protrusions on its head. At first, many in the paranormal community believed it might be a rare demon sighting. After several days of scrutiny, however, it was determined to be fake, most likely a deliberate attempt to mislead. The figure seems to be a CGI creation, capable of fooling anyone not well versed in such imagery. While out for a walk, this person snapped a photo of something weird in the distance, a mysterious figure partly hidden in tall grass. It seemed to be standing there until their eyes met, then it crouched down in the shot. People guessed it was small, maybe around a foot tall, leading to theories from a crouching person in a hoodie to an animal. Some skeptics say it's a hoax or misidentification, while others think it could be a cryptid. So, what do you think it really was? In this capture from the woods, the footage shows a lush forest with smaller tree trunks and abundant greenery, suggesting a well-watered area. In the middle, a dark moving blur appears. Some speculate it might be a black panther, while others consider the possibility of something more mysterious, like a skinwalker in transformation. In this heartwarming trail cam video, a deer is clearly visible. It jumps over a broken tree branch and moves easily through the obstacles in the woods. The scene looks like something from a nature show, showing off the deer's amazing agility. Reddit user Island, short5920, set up a trail camera, and last month, it caught a strange shot of two figures on a dirt road at night. Some think the one on the left looks like a deer standing on its hind legs, but the figure on the right is still unexplained. The poster confirmed there's no video footage and the spot is remote, with no houses or lights nearby. The true nature of the figures remains a mystery. A trail cam recording appears to show a strange creature that at first looks like a monkey, but closer inspection reveals it's actually a clever piece of CGI. This highlights how advanced technology can blur the lines between reality and imagination, making the unbelievable seem almost believable. This dash cam video shows a quiet parking lot at night, lined with parked cars. Suddenly, a figure walks by, catching the viewer's attention. The way it moves gives it an almost unstoppable or otherworldly appearance. People are debating whether it's a ghostly presence silently gliding through the night or someone cleverly disguised trying to go unnoticed. Whatever it is, the footage leaves a lingering sense of mystery and makes viewers wonder what really passed through that lot. While hiking in the Australian outback, a man spotted something disturbing, a large dark figure seemingly hiding behind a tree. Some think it might be a cryptid lurking in the shadows. The poor quality footage and distance make it impossible to know for sure. Was he being watched by a person, or was it something else? Either way, both possibilities are deeply unsettling. Midwest ghost hunter, known for filming chilling investigations, captured this encounter at the infamous Baraboo Inn, one of America's most haunted bars. From the start, whispers and strange noises hinted at something sinister. As he went deeper inside, the sounds grew louder until he saw a shadowy face staring at him before disappearing into the darkness.
I'd like to see it for myself.
Is there anybody here that could do that for me? Oh! That sound came from over there. That scared me. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm hearing all kinds of weird sounds in here. Who's making noise?
Then, out of nowhere, he saw movement inside a box, and another box toppled over on its own. He then went down to the basement after hearing movement. There, he found the cooler people often mentioned and decided to step inside. To his shock, the door closed on its own, leaving him terrified until it finally opened again.
What? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What the? Dude! That door just shut! Please don't be locked. Please don't be locked. Okay, thank God. It didn't shut all the way. What the hell?
Upstairs in the brothel, eerie lights drifted across the room while objects were suddenly thrown from the shelves.
What was that?
The terrifying finale left behind undeniable proof. The inn isn't just haunted, it's cursed. The nightmare goes on, and this time it feels all too real. Was it simply a restless spirit, or something much darker? A chilling video originates from Master Hugh's Paranormal, a YouTube channel famous for its solo investigations into eerie and unexplained phenomena. Run by Master Hughes, the channel focuses on paranormal activity, cryptid encounters, and strange occurrences in remote forests, mountains, and abandoned sites. On September 23, 2020, while filming in a densely wooded, secluded mountain area, Hughes spotted something unsettling. A large, dark figure moving in the distance. It was immediately obvious that this was not an ordinary forest animal.
Light jacket on, but I'm seeing movement in the woods. I can't tell what it is. It's really big, and it appears to be very dark in color. We're going to try to ease up there to it and see if we can get a picture.
And we're up here in the mountains shooting a film. And yesterday we were coming up this trail, and I heard it, and couldn't see anything. But as we crossed over the next hump in this trail, this is what we found. Now, for those of you to know, that is a bear print. And so apparently he was on the trail just above us and we couldn't see him because of the humps in the trail and everything, these breaks. So anyway, that's some of the risk you take when you're out in the middle of nowhere, nature video or some other type of film out in the middle of nowhere. You got to be careful.
The following day, he went back to the same spot and noticed a fresh bear track pressed into the dirt just a few feet off the trail, partially hidden by a small rise. The discovery confirmed that a bear had been alarmingly close the previous day without anyone realizing it. Had the animal noticed them or felt threatened, the situation could have turned dangerous. Fortunately, they left the area unharmed. Still, knowing how close they had been to a wild predator without any warning is a deeply unsettling thought. This eerie story comes from Franco TV, a YouTube channel known for creepy explorations. Inside an abandoned tunnel, he faced something few would dare. The tunnel was completely dark, and in the distance, a strange glow appeared. At first, it looked like fire, but as soon as its light hit it, the glow disappeared.
Turn off my IR for a second. Oh, would you look at that? There is looks like a fire. I can't even see it with my own eyes, but I can see it with the night vision. There we are. Look, you can see it just a little bit. It's way back there.
Inside the tunnel, he spotted something that startled him, a shape on the ground that looked like a person lying motionless.
Oh, look. I'm not getting... Oh, what the heck is that? What the hell is that? Looked like a person sleeping there for a second.
After a while, faint singing echoed through the tunnel, a lullaby carried by two voices drifting in the darkness.
Listen. What the?
Farther inside, he came across something even more disturbing, a mannequin deliberately positioned in the tunnel.
I think I know what that is. That looks like a mannequin. Looks like it has eyes and everything.
Then he noticed another threat, a strange light at the far end of the tunnel, as if someone else was inside watching alone.
Look. There's somebody back there. I just came in from this area. I haven't heard a thing, and it's been completely quiet. I completely went dark as I'm walking, but I can definitely see what looks like a light. They might have seen my light as I was making my way out, I don't know.
When he walked back to the entrance, he found dozens of candles ablaze, though none had been lit before. Who could have lit them, and why? Jeff Kester set out on a solo camping trip deep in a remote forest, excited for both the solitude and the sense of adventure. After arriving, he discovered the perfect spot to pitch his tent. Initially, everything appeared completely normal. However, when he brought out his camera to capture the scenery, he came across something completely unexpected.
Thing outside this night vision. Jesus Christ. I don't know where I am. Chased me off. Now I'm wandering the goddamn darkness.
A figure resembling an alien appeared on camera. Its identity remains unknown, and its eerie movements through the frame have left both viewers and experts perplexed. Despite multiple reviews and analyses, no definitive explanation has been found for the mysterious presence captured on film. TC Explorer, a YouTube channel recognized for ghost hunts and urban explorations, ventured into a graveyard late at night this time. Every sound in the darkness felt heightened. The first unsettling moment came when a faint voice was heard close to the ear, not through the earpiece.
I don't know if the mic picked that up, but I clearly heard that.
I heard that.
That was kind of like
I heard it in my ear.
Well, I heard it with my ear, not in the earpiece. But it came from over there.
A knock rolled through the cemetery, followed by what sounded like screams far off. Seconds later, those distant cries surged in volume, becoming much closer and more intense.
Do you hear that, like, pounding? I heard, like, knock, 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 knock. Or screaming.
What was that?
That is screaming.
Yeah?
That is legit a human screaming.
Oh, did you hear the footstep?
Oh.
I heard it in my
Your earpiece?
monitor, yeah. I think we have something in our ears that can hear what the microphone hears.
I'm gonna see if I can pick it up.
It's a new system we are using.
They asked the spirit communicator if it liked them coming to the graveyard, and it gave a chilling one-word reply, conjured. Maybe it was a warning not to push further. Then, a glowing orb appeared on camera near the bushes, floating oddly before fading out. Knocking sounds followed, sharp and intentional. Not long after, one of them felt her hair get pulled hard, yet no one was close enough to do it.
Can you show your face again?
Show yourself.
Please?
Yes?
Yes.
Are you filming?
Oh, I forgot freezing everywhere. Yeah, I did get it on camera. It was a big orb on the bush over there.
Ooh.
Can you show you again? Show your face again. I can see you, I can hear you.
Coffee?
Do you want to take a coffee with us? Oh.
I did hear that as well.
So I asked them to make a sound so we can go and
Yeah.
see them. So it was down here.
I heard that dog. Buzzing.
Buzzing. So
We heard a knocking. Not a
look at this graveyard though. What? Oh. Oh.
What is that?
Ooh. That scream.
In the end, they were surrounded by whispers, footsteps, and eerie growls. Were these the voices of the restless dead, or something darker that was conjured by their presence? Did the orb mark a spirit's attempt to show itself, or a warning to leave? For Dan, the road had become his way of life, a mix of freedom, solitude, and constant adaptation. Running his YouTube channel, Dan's Van Life, he spent months traveling the American Midwest in his converted van, chasing wide skies and open roads. Along the way, he endured plenty of hardships, pulling ticks from his legs after overgrown hikes, stopping a would-be thief at a gas station near Omaha, and getting caught in sudden Colorado snowstorms. Still, he carried on, sharing both the challenges and the simple joys of van living. Yet none of it, neither the loneliness, unpredictability, nor danger, could have prepared him for the events of August 4th, 2023.
So I think today, I took a couple days off of editing and filming, just kind of let myself recharge a little. I need to get a video completely edited today, start to finish. So we are going to take my laptop, the grow lot. You know, the van's still kind of messy from last night. And we're gonna go sit in the park and edit the video up in the beautiful park with the mountain atmosphere and the people walking around, and should make it a little more fun than usual. Got an iced coffee from McDonald's. Cassie got kicked out of McDonald's. Worker wasn't happy that I brought her in, but I couldn't care less what a McDonald's worker thinks.
That morning was calm and routine. Dan parked at a shaded spot in a local park with enough signal to upload videos, set up his folding table, and began editing footage. An iced coffee from a nearby cafe sat beside him, while his dog Cassie lay in the grass nearby, occasionally perking up at passing joggers. It was the kind of quiet, productive start he had come to value.
After dinner walk, take a walk up this road, see if maybe there's a better viewpoint of the mountain behind me, and just check it out. Kind of cool right off the bat. It's like horse poop. There's either a moose or a horse right outside of the van right now, and he just made a scary noise. Or a bear. There's a bear right outside the van. Hey, bear! He's huge. He's huge. If I wouldn't have said something, he was gonna go in the van. If I wouldn't have hollered, hey, bear, he was about to walk his way right into the van. Stay. Cassie, sit. Sit.
That evening, Dan camped in a remote stretch of Colorado wilderness, the kind of secluded, quiet place he loved, surrounded by towering pines and open sky. The rain had passed, leaving the air sharp and fresh, the ground damp with pine and earth. His van stood alone on a dirt pull-off with no other lights nearby. After dinner, he leashed Cassie for a brief walk. The forest felt unnervingly still until a deep snort broke the silence. Dan froze. Cassie's ears shot up, and the calm of the night was gone.
Second I walk away, what are the odds that the second I walk away from the van, a bear just comes strolling in? What are the odds, dude? I could have stepped out the door right into his face. I could have went eye to eye with that thing. I heard a weird snort noise when I was walking up the trail and looked back, and I could see him through the trees, like looking him. If I let go, she would chase him all the way down. He was pretty scared of us though, that's good. I didn't get the greatest video of him by the van because I was preparing until I realized that he was looking pretty docile, so I put away the other thing and aimed the camera at him, and glad that I got some of it on footage. He was huge, man. All right, Cass, you know what? We're not about to walk in the forest. You know, I came out here at this time of night thinking it is the time of night you might see an animal. I'm glad all I had to do was holler at him. Dude, like that was like destiny. I would have walked, if that bear would have been 1 minute behind schedule, me and Cassie would have been up the road far enough to where I wouldn't have saw him or heard him. And I could have came back to the van like totaled from a bear.
Dan turned to see a huge black bear, barely 20 feet away, moving toward his open van. Its rain-soaked fur glistened as it sniffed the air with slow, deliberate steps. Dan shouted, halting the bear, but not scaring it off. Cassie stayed calm and steady at his side, exactly as she was trained. The bear didn't seem hostile, but its size and closeness made the risk undeniable. Just another minute and it could have been inside the van. Dan's focus was on keeping Cassie safe, though he caught a few shaky seconds on camera. The encounter was brief, and no one was harmed, but the lesson was clear. Never assume you're alone. Keep the van door shut, leash your dog, and remember that a couple of minutes can change everything. Black Mass Paranormal, which explores some of the most haunted places in America, also ventures into abandoned spots and deep woods in search of cryptids. On one of these outings, he found something truly disturbing. What lay on the ground looked like the remains of but not a typical one. There was no fur, only shredded flesh left behind. It wasn't the kind of scraps hunters usually leave. Instead, it was a whole limb, with pieces of meat still clinging to the bone. As he got closer, his camera picked up a deer skull. But this wasn't the result of a clean hunt. Whatever was responsible had torn the animal apart, scattering the remains wildly across the ground.
Scraps to me. Like, it doesn't look like something... and like kept, because we don't let meat right there. Like, that's a limb, something. Like,
what kind of creature could shred a deer like that and vanish without leaving a single trace? Was it just a predator or something much darker lurking in the woods? Some houses are best left alone, but he couldn't help himself and went into an old, crumbling manor in the Scottish countryside. The walls were split, the roof sagged, and wildflowers grew up through the broken windows. As he moved closer, something in the gloom grabbed his attention. A pale face pressed behind the shattered glass, staring straight out. It didn't blink or move, just watched. Was it a squatter, a lost soul still clinging to the place, or an apparition that wouldn't leave? What do you think he saw that day? Meet Duty Rhino and his friends Losey and Bailey. The trio heads into the Daring Woods for the night, aiming to capture some unusual paranormal activity for their fans. What began as a routine investigation quickly turns into a terrifying experience, forcing them to leave the woods.
This up for the Ouija board, put all the candles out and stuff, and we're in the middle of the woods, so we haven't had signal all night. And then as we're about to start this Ouija board bit, as we're about to do this, but skeptical of course, but at the same time you don't really want to provoke. But anyway, still Ouija board, shall we? So you've never done one of these before?
Never done one.
Right, it's an experience, mate. Is it legit or not? Not too sure, not entirely convinced, but we shall see. Please, all I ask is don't fake it, alright? Don't try and move it.
No.
I promise I won't move it either. Right, so apparently we've got to start with a prayer. I'm not religious, it's going to go well. Heavenly Father, protect us from the evil spirits this evening. We're just here to see what the crack's about. Don't want to take anything home. Don't want to offend anything. We're just here to make a video and document demons and such. Amen.
Amen.
Right, I'm contacting the spirits that reside in Daring Woods. If you are here, could you please make yourself known? I am not contacting any bad spirits, only the good ones. Anyone from the 1940s massacre, anyone that has gone missing coming into these woods, please make yourself known. Is there a spirit here with us? Bear in mind, you know we did the ghost documentary, here's some insider for you. Nothing moved for an hour.
Oh right, okay, so get...
Yeah, let's move it around a little bit. Come on.
Okay,
Any spirits present, please make yourself known. Is there a spirit here? If there is a spirit present, could you please just move the planchette even an inch? You don't have to go all the way over to yes. Could you just move it onto a clear letter? Maybe the letter of your first letter of your first name. But then nothing happens because maybe this shit isn't real.
We're documenting.
But then does that offend you? If I just offended you by saying that this isn't real and that this is all bollocks? If I have, show us a sign. Doesn't even have to be on the board. Make a noise. Or hell, I mean, it's the Screaming Woods. Why don't you give us a good scream?
Yeah, alright then.
Okay, I'll start. Or you could just move the planchette. Are you moving
I'm
that
not
towards?
moving
Yes.
anything,
I'm
I
literally
promise you.
hovering my fingers over it.
I'm literally hardly touching it.
But then you see in the movies where it like screams across.
What is that moving?
Why is that
there,
leaf
then?
moving? There's got to be a beetle underneath, hasn't it?
There's
Lozzie,
got
get
to
that
be.
leaf. Get that leaf, Lozzie. Yeah, there's a beetle.
it a
It was
beetle?
right, it was a beetle. It was a false alarm, it was a beetle.
Gave me cramp.
George, I swear to God, if you're moving this, just shout out Gbailey3 at twitch.com.
I promise you,
Not
I'm
Twitch,
hardly...
right? Twitch.tv/Gbailey3.
I'm hardly touching it. I promise you. I'm not moving this.
Right. Come on. You can do better than that, son. I'm challenging you now. If this moves to yes, violently, we've got a viral video on our hands. That's a lot of publicity for you. That means more people coming to Daring Woods for you to haunt. Buzzing, right?
Seems like a win-win to me.
Imagine if you said, no. Is that you?
I'm not moving anything, I promise you.
Okay, TU. TU, anything else? Or is that just us accidentally moving it, microspasms? Anything, guys? 10, 9, 8,
Maybe don't count.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to say goodbye now. She don't seem to want to communicate with us today. And there are a lot of insects that seem to like us. Is that a sign from you? Perhaps. Not sure. No way of telling. But we're going to say goodbye. See you next time, maybe, if we come back to Daring Woods. Please, if you are here, do not follow us. You do not have our permission to follow us. You have to stay here and not come back with us. We are not inviting you to. You may not come back with us.
As Duty and his friends set up camp, they also prepare an Ouija board. Surrounded by numerous lit candles, they get ready to dive into some spiritual experimentation.
Oh my God, are you joking?
No.
Was that there before?
I can't remember seeing a knife in the tree. Do you remember seeing a knife in the tree?
I don't remember seeing a knife. Well,
Okay, okay. I mean, it looks like it's been in there a while.
a bit rusty, isn't it? Don't get it with that.
Okay, I won't lie to you, my heart now. Okay, okay. Yeah, my pulse has just gone through the roof. Okay, okay. I mean, we were doing the Ouija board there. I know we've come in here at night. We've literally set our tarp up here, and there's a.
Didn't really come round this side though, did we?
No, but the amount of I have stood here and I looked in this direction because I heard noises from over there.
I'm all for. All jokes aside, guys. I love making content for you guys. I don't want to be making content. That is terrifying. I would like to leave now.
Yeah.
I would like to leave.
Okay.
How we this is what's the what?
Nothing.
Is it this way?
The compass out.
So this is what's doing me in, is that we were next to, if that knife was there before, we literally set up a tarp next to the tree that had a knife in it, did a Ouija board next to the tree that had a knife in it. That makes me sick. I've never had an increase in heart rate that quickly before. My heart sank when I saw that.
Well, surely if we follow that path we're on, either way, it's going to lead to one that goes towards.
And you definitely can't get through that, Loz, can you? Loz is wearing trainers and shorts. Okay. We're going to have to go back. Let's just discuss this for a second, right? This forest is 3 kilometres squared, yeah? What are the chances of us putting a tarp and doing a Ouija board next to a tree where someone's lost, man? This is it's like probably the last woods you want to lost in, the last woods you want to come with a knife in a tree. You right?
Yeah.
Noise. I think it's just a breeze on a night where there's no wind. Okay. Oh man, who'd have thought getting out would have been you? Oh my god. Imagine if where we stopped, we set our tents down and we camped for the night and we woke up and saw in the tree, man. That's done me in. That's done me in. I swear we did not stage that. You could see the rust in the tree. We did not stage that. It was there. We didn't see it before. We didn't see it during. Done me in completely. Completely. So I keep putting the light down to the floor because there's logs across the path constantly. I feel sick. I feel sick.
Shortly after finishing the Ouija session, the friends stumble upon a frightening sight, a knife stuck in a tree that they hadn't seen before. Feeling deeply unsettled, Duty urges everyone to leave and return to the car. As they start to move, a strange creaking noise echoes around them. At first, they assume it's the wind, but Duty notes that the night is completely still. Once safely back at the car, Duty vows never to set foot in the Daring Woods again. Dustin Frazier, a well-known TikToker from Appalachia, often shares content about life in the region. He resides in a remote area, surrounded by miles of Appalachian forest. Tonight, he sits on his front porch, waiting for his dogs to finish outside and return indoors.
Hurry up, guys. Cherokee, Dewey, come on.
As Dustin waits, he starts hearing what sounds like loud whispers coming from above. Soon after, a low scream echoes from the darkness. Then, abruptly, everything falls eerily silent, as if the sound has been switched off. The scream happens again, clearly unsettling Dustin. Moments later, another loud whisper is heard, followed by the strange scream once more, this time seemingly coming from his garage. Later, Dustin is inside when he starts hearing scratching at the door, as if something is trying to get in. The authenticity of this footage remains debated. It could be staged, but its eerie atmosphere is undeniable. Some Appalachian locals commenting on Dustin's video share their support, noting that they've experienced something very similar themselves. This video is from the YouTube channel Journeyman's Paranormal Investigations. Michael, the channel's host, is visiting Pluckley, said to be the most haunted village in England and long known for its ghostly legends. Located on the edge of Daring Woods, Michael is getting ready to embark on a risky journey into the forest.
Okay, we've been here for some time now. I'm aware that there is a presence within this location. I know that you're here. I think I've seen you. And you have been communicating, so we'll thank you for that. But can you show me more, please? Before I leave this place, could you come forward and show me more if you would? Let me get my EMF meter out. Just bring me body camera down. Hopefully you can see that. Would you mind coming forward? Thank you very much for that. I can see that you're here. As I said, there is no electromagnetic field because the phone's switched off. Well, it's in airplane mode, so there's no internet or anything. Thank you for that. And I know the camcorder isn't setting it off because it never has before. And there's no... Please show yourself in this camera if you would. Come forward to me. If you see anything I don't, please just point it out in the comment section if you would. Because I know there's been things moving around us tonight. I've heard them and I can feel them. The EMF meter's stopped. Can I ask that you approach me, please? I can hear owls in the distance, but I can also hear footsteps. There's movement. It's a bit a way off, but it's there. And without a doubt, I know there's been at least 30 deaths in these woods. I'll put a picture up. Significant. The deaths were very significant. As I was saying, I'll put a picture up in this video just to show you the local newspaper at the time and the 20 bodies that were all found as a group. I don't think they ever really knew what actually killed them all, unless it was hidden up while they all... But of course, something went on. You don't get 20 bodies laying in a forest with nothing happening. Please come... I'm sure there was a shadow figure down there then. Please let me know if you see anything. I'll have a look during editing. There seems to be something there. There's a person there. Is it my eyes? Can you see it?
Far inside the Daring Woods, Michael encounters a series of eerie events, including footsteps and shadowy figures in the distance. Though little is caught on camera, using a spirit box, he picks up strange messages, though their accuracy is uncertain. As he continues, he thinks he sees a shadow figure ahead, and later, during editing, confirms the figure was standing directly in front of him. Was this a genuine paranormal sighting, or simply an elaborate prank? On the morning of June 21st, 2021, the Paranormal Discovery Team began an expedition into Nova Scotia's remote Tanager wildlands, an area infamous for decades of Bigfoot reports and unusual activity. Unlike their previous trips centered on interviews or familiar sites, this mission set out for untouched mountain regions with no trails, maps, or cell coverage, just dense, uncharted forest. Armed with night vision cameras, motion sensors, and satellite equipment, they aimed to push deeper than ever before in hopes of capturing definitive proof.
Mapping project, there was actually, I think, in the early 1900s, but then again, someone else said it was like pretty recent, the last 5 years. But the map had a Sasquatch encounter here. Someone actually encountered one, marked it down. So we went hunting for that in the winter time. But right now, we're coming back again so we can actually set up camp and look for one, or it, or whatever. Really sick. We got the tarp up, didn't film it because it was actually kind of coming down for a bit. Yeah, we wanted to just get it up so we can just have something we can be under at this point in time. So now that everything is good to go, I think the camping night starts. We're gonna get everything, the table, the cookers, I don't know about a bonfire, maybe. But for right now, we got the cookers. We're gonna make some food. Kiki, Alika, good girl. Okay, so this is the first time I've actually set up this tarp in this configuration. It looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. I've never done it before, but I kind of vibe it.
As they ascended into the forest, the atmosphere changed noticeably. The higher they went, the silence deepened, unnatural, as though the woods themselves were watching. It felt less like traveling through nature and more like stepping into something ancient and untouched. The isolation of the mountains carried a quiet, creeping fear. At last, they reached a location they'd visited before, now almost hidden beneath thick moss and overgrowth from days of rain.
I'm hearing footsteps in the bushes, man, like on both sides, this side and then on this side. Trying to rationalize like as if it's like a bear or maybe a deer or something. What the like, what was that? Cryptid, something, whatever is here found us. Are you a Bigfoot? Oh my God. I actually can't even breathe right now. I got a damn panic attack. Okay.
As the sun went down, the team set up camp, cooked dinner over the fire, and shared stories. Even Kiki, their usually watchful trail dog, was calm and resting by the fire. Later, the lead investigator went alone to check out a nearby ridge. The forest felt darker and quieter. Then he heard branches snap behind him, followed by a deep moan. His heart pounded, and then something cold and real brushed against his back.
Yeah. What happened? Just some weird sounds, really.
Yeah, I also heard some weird sounds.
Hey, baby. Hey. Yeah, like unhuman type of sounds. It was
Like moaning?
like something in distress.
Oh, like I heard some really weird like moaning.
Oh.
That I've legit like never heard before.
Yeah, that was weird. It was...
Yeah.
Something in there.
I know, right?
Or there's like a Bigfoot literally so close to us. Anyways.
Say no.
Say no?
Say no to what? Fetch. It literally just said fetch. Okay, wait. I swear I just heard like something just got thrown. It just said hunt. Yeah. Are we being hunted by something?
He rushed back to camp, heart pounding, but things only got worse. Their spirit talker app suddenly turned on, saying strange words. Fetch, hunt, say no. Moans echoed in the trees, and heavy footsteps circled just outside the firelight. Branches snapped with no one there. Someone finally asked what they all feared. Were they being hunted? Nothing showed up on camera, but the team argued if it was a creature, something from another world, or a spirit tied to the land. With so much of Nova Scotia still wild, the idea of something hidden didn't seem impossible. By morning, tired and uneasy, they ended the trip early. They had no clear proof, but the sounds, the touch, and the words they caught were real, and left them with more questions than answers. While checking out an old abandoned gold dredge, a man took a bunch of photos to capture its eerie vibe, but in one frame, something creepy showed up, a strange face lurking on the left side of the shot. It wasn't in any of the other pictures, and there were no mirrors, reflections, or dust to explain it. Some dismissed it as pareidolia, a trick of the mind, but others think he might have caught something far more unsettling. Now the photographer is planning to go back and investigate. For now, that mysterious face remains unexplained and unnerving. Meet Gakuburu TV, a channel focused on paranormal camping. Tonight, Godaru is in remote Japan, setting up camp near an old abandoned temple with a haunted history. As he approaches the temple's entrance, a strange, ghostly figure comes into view, which becomes even more unsettling upon reviewing the footage.
書いてある。位牌を集めています。山をきれいにしましょう。これこの前も書いてあったのかな。じゃあ閉めますね。よいしょ。はい、ありがとうございました。では帰ります。さようなら。そうやろ。気のせい勝手に。 閉めた。閉めて。はい、さようなら。おお、そうや。
After exploring the entire temple, he finds nothing unusual. As he heads back toward the exit, he notices strange inscriptions he hadn't seen before. Feeling he's had enough, he closes the temple door, ready to leave and return home. But a noise from the entrance makes him turn around, and he catches a face peering through a very small opening. The moment he flashes his camera at it, the face vanishes. Terrified, he looks away, only to hear a loud knock at the door. He stumbles and falls to the ground, and according to him, he doesn't regain consciousness for several hours afterward. Was it a restless spirit guarding the temple, or something far darker that lingered just beyond his sight? Would anyone else dare to step inside after witnessing this? While hiking in a quiet, thick forest, a hiker stumbled upon something he couldn't make sense of. At first, it looked like a tree, but then it moved, slowly, carefully, almost like it knew he was there. Uneasy but curious, he lifted his camera and zoomed in. That's when he noticed it, a strange figure peering from behind a tree. Its face wasn't fully human, but it wasn't an animal either, just pale, still, and staring. Before he could react, it melted back into the shadows without a sound. Was it a lost person, some weird forest creature, or something far more disturbing? A man was sitting at his computer, laughing and talking to his daughter through his earpods as she stood right in front of him. Same smile, same voice, but when he looked up, she had disappeared. Confused, he went to check the security camera footage.
Yeah, she got them out of the freezer earlier for you. She's put them in the fridge. Prawns don't take long to defrost anyway. Have we decided what's up? Ellie! Fridge! Freezing! Freezing me that way, freezing me this way.
Dad, who are you talking to?
Who?
Why do you keep shouting my name?
Are you?
No. Why are you shouting my name? I've been upstairs.
You just come in the door.
I didn't hear
Oh
you.
my god. Oh, hold on 1 second. My heart's going. You just come in the door.
What?
You just come in the door. You went into the kitchen. You asked me about your prawns because you asked Mum to get them out of the freezer for you. I told you to put them in the fridge for you. Me.
No, I've been upstairs.
Oh my god, I am shaking now. That has got to be the best doppelganger I've ever seen this entity
I've been
do.
upstairs. I thought you were calling my name because I was
No,
confused.
honestly, right? The
I
door
didn't
opened and you closed it. I saw you wearing your orange jacket.
The footage showed him talking to space. He called his real daughter, who answered moments later, still miles away. So, who had he just seen and been talking to? One calm night in Williamsburg, Virginia, Robert Earl White was just chilling on his porch when the quiet got broken by something weird. Loud, heavy footsteps coming from the woods. This wasn't the sound of a small animal rustling around. Whatever it was, it sounded huge.
Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard someone stomping in the woods. Something huge.
Then he spotted them, two glowing eyes staring straight at him from the dark. He grabbed his phone, started recording, and zoomed in. What showed up on camera was downright creepy. pale, nearly human figure loomed in the trees, its skin unnaturally white, and it just stood there, totally still, which sent a chill right through him. Once the clip went online, people flooded the comments, and thousands were sure of one thing. Whatever Robert filmed looked eerily like a skinwalker. Two friends went hiking, recording the trip just for fun, when their camera picked up something no one could explain. A pale, ghostly mist appeared in the frame for an instant before vanishing. In reality, nothing was there. No smoke, no fog, no person. It wasn't a reflection or a glitch, just a fleeting figure caught on film. Whether it was paranormal or just a trick of light remains a mystery. Meet Steven Eivander. In 2025, Steven decided to explore haunted woods late at night. What he encountered there, according to him, left a lasting impact. With his shelter set up and dinner finished, he takes a moment to soak in the many sounds of the forest.
Sumpah. Merah banget sumpah. Tadi tuh di sini. Tadi aku lihat ada putih-putih. Terus dia kayak terbang sih, ke atas sana sebetulnya. Jadi aku tuh ekspektasinya adalah ini sosok nggak cuma satu nih kayak gini loh. Ini nggak cuma satu, ini jangan-jangan ada banyak ini. Ekspektasi kayak gitu mikirnya tadi. Cuma dari laporan warga bilangnya satu. Gimana tuh kalau gitu? Bisa dari sini, shoot gitu. Nggak tahu kemana kayak gitu.
Steven eventually tries to get some sleep, but strange noises keep circling his tent. The sounds resemble whispering, filled with words and phrases he can't make out. Curiosity gets the better of him, and he decides to investigate the source. While scanning the campsite's perimeter, he catches a brief glimpse of a white figure lingering, right until he approaches it.
Dari sini, shoot gitu. Nggak tahu kemana kayak gitu.
Later, Steven is fast asleep in his tent, but he has set up other cameras to monitor the campsite's perimeter. As one camera shifts back to the tent, a figure appears in the distance, gradually coming into view. Several hours later, with Steven still asleep, his camera records another odd occurrence. A white mist appears above the tent, briefly shaking it before disappearing just as quickly. After reviewing the footage, Steven makes the decision to never return to this enigmatic forest. On June 24th, 2019, Visually Creeped, a YouTube channel, released this video showing Jay exploring one of Wisconsin's oldest cemeteries, spanning over 65 acres and containing roughly 70,000 graves. His original plan was a simple daytime walk, mindful that the gates are locked at night. Yet, what unfolds is deeply unsettling. Established in 1857, the cemetery holds thousands of graves, including that of one of the original priests involved in the exorcism that inspired The Exorcist. This connection to demonic possession and exorcisms adds a foreboding atmosphere. As Jay begins his walk, he comments on the sheer size of the site, stretching far beyond the camera's view. The weather is calm but overcast, with a light rain beginning to fall. As he moves through rows of ancient tombstones and mausoleums, absorbing the eerie surroundings.
I'm at one of the oldest cemeteries in Wisconsin, over 65 acres and 70,000 grave sites and tombstones. So this place dates back to 1857. I decided to come here because I looked online and I found out that one of the original priests that performed the exorcism of what inspired the movie The Exorcist is buried here, which makes it all that more creepy. But yeah, this place is absolutely huge. There's a mausoleum. I came here on one of my first videos and I went inside one of the mausoleums. I'm gonna try to make my way over there a little while later. There's people over there right now, and plus they're cutting the grass in the background. And the reason why I'm not here at night is because they close the gates here, I think 4 or 5 o'clock. So I have to do a day exploring here. So yeah, I know it's not that, creepy during the day, guys, but I wanted to come here while they were open. Obviously, I'm not going to jump fences to get into places because I don't feel like getting in trouble. Fines are pretty hefty and you can go to jail for it. So yeah, I'm just going to film and walk through this place a little bit. I see some mausoleums, and there's actually something way down there, a pyramid-shaped mausoleum. So we're going to go check that out real quick. Man, they got chains locked up on this gate. I'll show you.
As he continues deeper into the cemetery, he comes across a pyramid-shaped mausoleum, standing out among the more traditional tombs. Many of the crypt gates are tightly chained, suggesting that no one has entered in years, at least no living person. Then, unexpectedly, something happens. While walking past one of the locked mausoleums, he suddenly hears a whistle, a sharp, clear sound, startlingly close.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky. Let's go walk down here. What? Hello? Hello? Holy shit. Dude, I just heard a whistle over here. Like right behind me. Hello? I just heard it again. Oh. I really hope I caught, like on my microphone, I hope I caught that. Oh, I got the goosebumps, dude. And it's during the day.
The sound isn't the wind, nor does it resemble any animal. It carries an almost human tone, as if someone inside the crypt is trying to get his attention. He freezes, hesitating before cautiously calling out, only to hear another whistle, sharper and closer this time. A sense of panic sets in. He scans the area, but no one is visible. There's no logical explanation for the whistling. Stepping back from the crypt, he feels uncertain about what to do next. The sensation of being watched grows stronger. Even though he knows he is alone, it no longer feels that way.
Hello? Hello?
After a moment of hesitation, he realizes he's had enough. Goosebumps rising on his arms, he turns and makes his way back to the entrance without looking back. Once at a safe distance, he stops to process what just happened. Even though he isn't easily frightened, the experience leaves him feeling unsettled. Could it have been nothing more than the wind? What do you think? While standing on a cliff overlooking the ocean, someone spotted a huge fish with wide gills on both sides, resembling a shark. It was a basking shark, the second largest shark after the whale shark. Despite its size and intimidating look, it isn't dangerous to humans. Basking sharks feed on plankton by swimming with their mouths wide open, though their rough skin can cause scratches if touched. Still, seeing such a massive shark would keep most people far from the water. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.